Hello all. Sorry, I was on the different ID and I'm like, why the hell people are not there? Hello all. Hi Anu.
Hello.
I was waiting for you guys on the other ID and I'm like, why though nobody is here today? Wow. Thank you. Sorry,
And
so I
here
got
we were
late.
reading that the host has another meeting in progress.
Yeah, and I was sitting on another meeting and I'm like, ऐसे नहीं हो सकता, no one is here. I'm like, I'm sure
What's
something is
happening?
wrong. And that's when I went and checked it. Wow. Awesome. I'm like, awesome. So today my darling Shalini is not here to start the call, I would. And what else is possible? As per this, we have completed a year, guys. And how does it get any better? What else is possible? So the today's topic is the egoic ins and out with gratitude. I wonder where this name comes from. Everything that brings up and brings down, can we destroy and unkit all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, all nature, boys and beyond. Welcome, and whatever this means to you, the egoic ins and outs with gratitude, can we destroy and unkit all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, all nature, boys and beyond. I would like everybody to mute themselves as they're joining in. Also, would request all of you to switch your beautiful for me to talk.
Not I
If
can't
doesn't
hear
allow you to show
anything.
your faces, can you destroy and unkit all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, all nature, boys and beyond.
This doesn't work.
Doesn't work, guys. Mute yourself.
ऊपर से दूसरी लागू करो कभी।
Ayo, 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 ayo. How do I mute everyone? It's so funny in my voice right now. कोई ऑप्शन होता है सबको म्यूट करने का?
Yeah, Radhana, there is an option
Mute all आता है कहीं? Where?
Radhana, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
What?
Mute all.
Can you guys hear me? Love को बुलाना.
हाँ सर दंड हिस्ट्री पहले से ही ना और व्हाट्सएप भी मेरा व्हाट्सएप
ये किसी का हिस्ट्री नहीं है सबकी हालत मार
Radhana, you are muted.
She muted herself.
Thank you.
Raseshwari. Radhana, make Raseshwari.
Raseshwari, can I make you the host, please?
No. I'm on phone right now. I'm out.
Yeah, तेरी
अरे
अम्मा.
सेल्फी को देना ये यार तुम दे दो वो वाइट वाले पड़े होंगे कहीं पे
Richa, can you mute yourself, please?
okay
Richa.
Arun, the whole world yes try it I'm so
Yeah.
sorry for this how do I do it one moment
So, Bhav, mute yourself.
is that
Radhana, you are. Radhana, unmute yourself.
Yes,
is
Richa.
done
Richa, you are
Speaking, then how can?
Okay, I am muting her.
Richa.
Okay, guys. Okay. Everything that was, can we destroy and unkit? All right and wrong, good and bad, pot pock, Alisha, boys and girls. Can I see your faces, guys? I'm not willing to talk unless I see all these grey screens. Please show me. अरे यार, last call है. 3 दिन अपनी शक्लें दिखा दो. We'll go less, यार, if you don't want to show up. Hey Radhika, hey Kanika. Yes, Deepa, Richa, Preeti, Rahul too, Rahul. Awesome. ये हुई ना बात. Smriti, come on, show up. Preeti, Bhavna, who's Motorola one? Sakshi, come on. Ras, बाहर घूम रही है कोई बात नहीं. शक्ल दिखा दे जल्दी कर. All right. Yes, now I'll get started. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. It's so much fun to see you guys and talk. So I really do not know what this whole topic means because the person who's coined this is amazingly not here. She's in a meeting. But yes, whatever I get, I would talk. So I would be using the access clearing statement, which is right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online, show, boys and beyonds. As always, it's a magic wand that I have in my hand to clear whatever I have created and I want to uncreate and go from here to create a different reality, which I think and I know is possible. So if you guys want to use it, you can use it. If you don't want to use it, you can just say, let it go. So everything that brings up, when you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, Alisha, wasn't then. Hey, Sonal, how are you? Can I see your pretty face? Awesome. So, Truth, what does gratitude means to you? So how many of you here are only in gratitude when things are like really going good, something which really, really works in your favor? That's when you're willing to have the gratitude in life. But where does it, who was that? Any questions coming up already? So this is the whole thing is of like gratitude can change any and everything. For me, these 12 months with you guys have shifted and changed so much. My entire life is on a 360 roll where it's not even 180 degrees. It's actually gone upside down totally. And it was from the total space of thank you, thank you, thank you, and from the space of gratitude. And here, but yet at the same time, you just be present with it and you're willing to be only in gratitude when things are working in favor and the way you are asking them to work. But how many of you are in gratitude and in that space when everything is really, really falling apart as per you? Are you willing to fall apart and still be in gratitude? Have you already defined that what life has to look like, what the result has to look like? And everything that is, can you destroy and not get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online, sure, but in your truth, what does gratitude means in your world? What are the egos that you have with gratitude in life? Anybody wants to say something about it? What does gratitude means to you? Who here is all the time in gratitude? And everything that is bringing up, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online, sure, but in yours? Truth, what does gratitude means to you?
Could you explain a little bit?
Explain what?
I'd like to say
Gratitude?
something.
Yeah, Radhika. Go ahead.
No, little about the topic of the call, exact.
That's what I did, right? Okay, I'll say more. Let me talk to Radhika and I'll let you know more. Yeah, Radhika, go ahead.
Yeah, so I was just saying it's interesting because, I've been reading a lot of books which talk about gratitude. And I try and practice it in the difficult moments, but I can tell you when it's coming from within, it's very different. Just saying thank you. Somewhere I feel it's still very mechanical for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because when there are moments when it's just like my body's overflowing with it, I don't have to say anything, I will just like the tears and I will just be in so much gratitude. And I don't know how to be in gratitude when things are going wrong.
Okay, so what do you be then when things are going wrong? Everything that is, can you destroy none get all right? So it's thanks for me saying that. So it's like whenever you're that, I remember I was sitting at home and I was doing really deep shit like 2-3 years back. And I was like, I cannot talk to anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. It's better I sleep before I really create chaos. And and deep down, I kept asking question, what is this? What can I do with it? Can I change it? And on the upper level, I was like, fucking nothing's gonna change. It's all bullshit. I am like bullshitting. And, I don't want to do any access. I don't want to do anything. Practical life is not happening and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, body, let me know what can we do. And I just went off to sleep. And my phone was lying next to me. And suddenly, of course, I was in so much of an anger and upset that I was not able to even sleep. And then I see the twinkle of my phone. There was a message I could see. And in that message, there was a kind of a call where the gratitude call was going on. And I just jumped in. I just chose to jump in. And the lady there was talking about how to be in gratitude and everything. So who all went through a nice day? What all would you be in gratitude? And they kept talking about it. And in my head, I was like, bullshit, When you're fucking getting into the practicality of it, tab samajh aati hai, sab thank you karna bada aasan lagta hai. And I was like, abhi is time jahan main fasi hu na, wahan aake koi dekhe to pata chalega ki kaise thank you bolte hain. And I kept going on and on and on and on. And then they're like, would anybody like to speak up? And there were hardly any person to talk. And one person said, yeah, all is good. And I did this. I was like, bullshit. I think I should get off the call. But something in me kept saying that, stay. And suddenly that person just said and made do us this exercise that you're like, hey, what if you're also in that anger moment, and when you're really, really angry and your ego is really hurting, that nothing is working, nothing is happening. What if that time also you be angry, but keep saying thank you and keep putting your barriers down and just expand? And I was like, there's no harm. I'm like, just do it. Let's play with it. And I started like being with her. It was weird that suddenly something dropped into me, and it was like, and I kept saying, thank you. And I was like, okay, whatever this gratitude she is saying, I get it. And I'm really so suddenly that anger from one space to the other kind of shifted. And then suddenly there was a lightness, not that the situation changed, nothing that the things changed, but something shifted in my whole world, like melted. And that was like, I said, oh, wow. And then I was like, okay, then she like, anybody would like to talk about being on the call? And I was like, yes, me. I'm so grateful to me and my body that at least I chose to be on this call. And that day and now, my entire life shifted. And then, of course, I formed that tool of thank you for myself for everything I learned. And whatever the scenario is, are you willing to change it is my question, or are you into the ego and the conclusion of it that you cannot change it? Because it is not happening your way. And everything that is bringing up, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, we get into the spaces there where we have already concluded that there is no other way and no other solution. How many people in your life who react the same way you thought they would react? Whose creation is yours? So everywhere you create that situations, and then you're judging your own creation by killing it, by judging it. Could you destroy and unget all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online, sure, birds and yours. So how much ego just comes into it? I cannot be wrong. Are you fighting for your wrongness? Are you fighting for your rightness? What are you fighting for? And what do you truly desire? Yeah, Ritu, thank you to you. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online, sure, birds and beyond. So let's think of a person right now or a thing in your life which is not working, where you're really, really holding that anger for. Just right now, bring in that energy of yours. Bring in that person, that thing where your anger is really up. If you see that person's face, if you see something, it just kind of really warm, bring that red fire into you. Now put your barriers down, and whatever the other person has said to you, what if you can actually just acknowledge it? And you can, you're most welcome to abuse them after that. I'm not saying go become the doormat. Just be present with it, and now drop your barriers to it. And just expand this energy and say, thank you, gratitude, and gratitude. And gratitude to you first, because you are the one who was the creator of this whole situation in your life. That is the deepest point where you do not want to go and see that you could have been the creator of it. So everywhere you're not having gratitude for you of creating, and only the thing is you are judging it, good, bad, ugly. Could you destroy and unget all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, online, sure, birds and nuts. And what if it's like an allowance of not being panicking and just being with that child, with that whole energy of like, okay, I created it. Now what else is possible? I am not asking, remember, Remember, guys, I am not asking you guys to be the doormat to it. I'm asking you to drop the barriers. If you keep the barriers up, you are shutting down your awareness to everything. You're not going to see what the other person is saying or being or doing. And that is when you choose to be unconscious. That's when you get carried away, and that's when you get hit with stuff. And then you're like, why and then from one story to the other story to the third story to the fourth story. So all the stories you have been holding into could be destroyed and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all nice, boys and beyond. Anybody who would like to be more vulnerable about it and want to come out with something, I'm more than happy to facilitate right now. So does that make, Radhika? Does that make it easier now?
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
Like, and also it's like,
Thank you.
what if you make that choice of it? What if nothing is about anything else other than just making a choice?
Mute कैसे होगा? Unmute.
And it's every space you have to just think that I have to make a choice. And here I am making this choice to be in gratitude whatsoever. And whatever you have defined gratitude is, can we just try and unget all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online shop, boys and girls. Gratitude is like kind of a somewhere I get what people get is that they think they have to give up themselves. And everything that is, can we destroy and unget all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online shop, boys and girls. Gratitude is not about giving up. Gratitude of thing is like, even if your birthday is like, for me, if my birthday is there, I'm really, really excited. Like people say, oh, birthday. I'm like, no, had the birthday not been there, I would not have had this body. How many of you do get excited around your birthdays? And then don't want to make a big deal out of it. Yay, Radhika, I like it. Thank you. So how much fun can you have? Shivani said, yes, happy belated birthday, Shivani. I know your birthday just passed away. So everything that is bringing up, can we destroy and unget all? Right and wrong, good and bad.
Aradhana?
Yes, who's that? Who said Aradhana?
Bhav.
Yeah, hi Bhavna.
Bhavna.
Yeah, hi.
How are you?
Awesome. Good to have you here. Yeah.
Thank you. Same here. I just wanted to say, when you say the energy of not being a doormat, I try to be, be an allowance and have gratitude.
Because you try.
What happens is that the other...
Because you try. You are not in, and it's okay to do. Yeah, you're not being it, and it's okay to see. That's when I have this habit of stopping you guys at every word and every line you guys say. It's just to see it and not make it wrong and beat that I was just trying until now. Okay, what would it look like if I actually choose it? Because when you were saying the whole line, I didn't even hear it, but it's like you said try, and then you say but, and which means you never tried. Because there was a conclusion. That's true. Is the way the thing has to show up. So we are in so many times in our lives we are done and we said, oh, I'm done, yaar. I don't think my body can take it. I will not take this shit. I will move out of the space and I will just leave everything. I don't know. And then we're like, okay, stop and leave. And then suddenly people are like, what? I said, stop and leave. And they're like, leave where? I said, what? You said you really can't do it. You don't know what to do further. So stop and leave. That like really takes somebody out. So I was mentioning this in my morning call also today. So eventually I was, as I'm always in the class before. So last night I was sitting with some of my friends and that person was like, I am just leaving. I am done. And I think my body is done. I'm done with everything. I said, okay, stop, leave. So she said, leave what? I'm like, leave, just leave. Stop doing it. And it just, muddled her head. And she's like, no, I don't think so. I said, so you're here thinking about it. So now you don't want to be judged about it. So who and what are you telling that I don't want? I want to do it. And you're still choosing. So how many of you are clear and you know what you truly desire? So what are the underlying, layers and layers and layers you have been putting into your lives, into your bodies? Where is the problem? Where is the issue? And whose issue is that? And everything that is what you destroy and get out. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on the shop, was in there. So yeah, go ahead now.
Well, now there's nothing more to say because because it just brings me back to being present.
I just love it. And I'm so proud of you guys. Like, I think after 12 months, at least you guys get it. The moment I'm like, sure, okay, fine. That is so nice to hear.
Okay, so here's my question.
Yeah.
Here's my question. So the thing is that we do get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, in that present moment, it's hard to, you get overcome by other emotions. And now I know it's being present, but how should one be present?
But
like, yeah.
How many buts
without
do you have, babe? How many buts do you have, Sira? It's like, and what point of view do you have? So क्या करेंगे? But को आप acknowledge नहीं करोगे, दूसरे but life में लाते रहोगे, तो फिर but बड़ा ही होगा. And what else is possible? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, colonial show, boys and beyond. But it's also like the whole thing, the whole space here is when you're saying it, it is hard when we are in practical situation. So what are you creating? Hard. And you guys know what I say hard and what Gary says looks nice is hard is only one thing in the world. What you really enjoy is your penis. Rest nothing is
one thing
good to enjoy.
Yeah, right.
So what is the value of making your life hard? And everything that is, can you destroy none at all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock,
yes, please.
So what would change if you give up this point of view that at given time of situation, when the situation really comes in my life, it is really hard to be present and to remember. I get it. Yet you will have to start somewhere practicing this. And I think gratitude is the simplest, easiest space to start with. And at that point, like, I mean, so many clients of me, I just give them this one thing. I said, go home and just keep doing this. Thank you. Whenever anybody's screaming on you, whether everybody's giving that killing energy, ask for clarity and keep saying thank you in your head. And here, everywhere, wherever we are we are choosing to change others rather than changing ourselves. You forgetting it's your creation. And only you can change it.
Yeah.
Wherever we, choosing to make a change outside rather than inside, would you destroy and get that? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on the show, boys and beyond.
Yes.
Show up, guys. Don't go away. I keep looking at your lovely faces. Everybody went grey. I am not going to work on the people who have gone grey. Yeah, so next Bhatna,
Thank you,
what more? What else? Okay, welcome. Awesome. Hey, awesome. Awesome. Anybody coming up who has gratitude for oneself? How many of you here on this platform have gratitude of your creation and have gratitude of you? Rather than that, I do gratitude. Yes. I be gratitude. Radhika saying yes. Awesome. Anybody else who has gratitude for oneself in totality? Wilma says she also has it. Awesome. And how does that work, Wilma? Can you share our example? How does that work for you? And what all gratitude shifts and changes?
So basically, before Access, I was the queen of judging myself, and I used to beat myself up for every small thing and big thing and everything basically. And as I continued getting my bars run and doing all these, using the tools and everything, I have come to a level where I totally believe that I can do no wrong.
Awesome.
And it's not from a point of arrogance that I can do no wrong, but from the point of view, like what Simone says, that what would you do or be if you knew you couldn't fail, or how Dane says that what if you were never wrong. and it's such a space of freedom and awesomeness. Like I mean, I used to judge every aspect of my body, and right now it's like I love every part of my body, everything
Yay.
about me. What a coincidence this is, Aradhana, that since I do an FB live every day, and since the 1st of March, I have been doing this practice called the Magic by Rhonda Byrne, where you give gratitude for different things every day, and today we are 7. So I am
Wow.
already in the space of very different
Yay.
space. So how does
Wow.
it get even better
And
than this?
how long, if I may ask, how long do you stay in this space? Is it just that when you do a call or when you do an acknowledgement, that's when you say gratitude? Or is it otherwise too?
To be honest, it has been a journey from judging everything and being that not having gratitude for a place. Like in fact, today's practice is the magical way out of negativity, where
Mhm.
you're supposed to take one negative situation and think of 10 positive aspects of it. And I just realized that the question, what's right about this, I'm not getting, is something that it's like an auto trader that has put it, that the minute you think something is wrong, you just ask, okay, what's right about this, or what's right about me.
So may I ask you,
So
when you're saying
right
negative,
now,
sorry, can I just ask you a question here, stop you here?
uh-huh,
So when you're saying you have to drop the negative
yeah,
out
yeah,
of your life, have you judged that
uh-huh,
negative already? Are you judging it?
yes,
Are you in
yes.
gratitude of that negative?
I am in a lot of gratitude of that negative, but yes, I
But,
am
but,
seeing it as a,
but,
I agree.
but, so she lied to us. Everything that is, can you
Okay.
destroy, done, get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, fuck, all that shit. I think if I would have started making the money from your butts right now, I would have been richer than anybody ever on this planet.
Oh.
Everything that is, can you destroy, done, get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, fuck, all that shit.
Yes, right.
So that's where I'm getting you to, that thank you for being vulnerable. The space we require to be in gratitude is when to the negative. It's easy for you guys to be in gratitude when it's positive.
Yeah.
That is, could you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pok, and
Yes,
that is the
thank
key
you.
to this
Right from
call.
the
And thank you for being vulnerable, Vilma. That was, I was looking for somebody to show up to, like, for me to hit. I love it. I love it. It's like, everybody, yeah, I'm in the gratitude. I'm in gratitude. It's like, it's so funny that how every time that thing is the thing which is gifting you the most, and we are shutting it down with the tool of gratitude. So the idea is now, when you are actually present with those words so-called negative in your life, how much gratitude can you flow to them? Are you guys willing to do that now? And do you even know that, like, another thing what I picked up from Vilma was, she's like, it's a journey. How do you know? I mean, would you like to wait for another few hours, a few days? Do you know you're going to be alive in this very moment? This is what you are. And how many hours and years are you going to take it to complete it? Or is it a 1 month journey of gratitude that we have to complete, or we are doing it right away, right now? And everything that is bringing up, can you destroy and get all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot,
Yes.
sharp, boys and beyond. Is it like, is that had to be timely? So underline this, wherever you're deeply judging you still, would you see it and be in gratitude of you judging you also? And everything that is bringing up for everyone, can you destroy and get all? Right and wrong, good and bad,
Yes.
are you willing, all of you, to drop your barriers and actually receive and let everything what you have so far judged, made wrong in your life, and all the negative aspects just come up, surface up today for these 3 days, for three calls, for everything to just show up and just melt away today? What if you start believing and trusting and receiving the negativity of your life as beautifully as you have been receiving the positivity? Then what would change? From not this space, Vilma, what would change? and everything that is clearly destroy and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, connection, boys and beyond. So truth, how many of you here are on the, I mean, only few who are seeing my face and I'm seeing your faces. I'm only talking to you guys, none of the others. So it's only you guys. So what do you know about gratitude? Where are you separating yourself into number of blocks, number of spaces, number of places? And when would that be? And I'm so grateful for actually Shalini to keep this topic as our 12th topic of gratitude. Everything starts here. I guess we have worked on most of the topics in our lives. And after this also, if we're still judging us, it's addiction of judgment. And what if we are okay to be addicted? Unless you will not acknowledge, you will not be able to change it. Simple. Unless you will not acknowledge, you will not be able to change it. And that's when I always say acknowledgement is the key to magic. Because it's like, if you want to say good things, we want to really acknowledge about it. I'm nasty, I am a mean bitch, I'm a demon bitch. Would anybody be willing to say that? I mean, we say it for the heck of saying it, that, okay, now somebody will come up with a nice comment around that. And are you willing to be the demon bitch of your life? And everything that is bringing up, can we destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, yes, totally addicted to our judgments. And it's okay to be addicted to judgments. What if it is not wrong, not right? And what if judgment is not wrong? What gratitude can you be to the judgments? And everything that is bringing up, can we destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, when there is no separation of the negative and positive left, good and bad left, what is the judgment all about now? And everything that is, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, boys and beyond? I acknowledge that I judge myself, but still keep doing it. Yes, thank you, Rishi, for acknowledging that you judge. Yet now what if you start looking at it that, wow, I love it. I love judging myself, and have that space for you of and seeing yourself judging and seeing what that judgment is creating in your life. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, boys and beyond. It's okay to judge. It's okay to judge, and it's okay to judge. And what gratitude to the judgments can you and your body be today? So what's so wrong in judging is my question to you guys. Anybody? Oh, yes. Smelled. Everything that is bringing up, can you walk and pot that, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, boys and yours. I mean, you guys can melt, but don't disappear with your gray screens. That's not kind. That's not good. Thank you.
Aradhana, please start collecting money from gray screen.
Yes. Okay. Everybody who, thank you, Ritu. Thank you so much. I love you, sweetheart. Anybody who will do will have a gray screen. I am pulling their money to me right away. And whatever, howsoever, this lifetime, other lifetime, zillions of lifetime, your money is fucking coming to me now. And I am having it now. I dare you guys. Done. I'm telling you, you've had it now.
Aradhana,
Thank
1
you.
minute, I'm
I'm
sharing
rich.
something.
Yes, go ahead.
Anvi is there on the screen with Anushri, and she was there today in my class, and I said, I don't know. And she said 500 rupees.
Yeah, Anvi, I love you. I love my kiddos. See, thank you, Anvi. That's when they say, no, kids say to Gary, please have our class separately because these adults don't get it. How can I improve my memory? By being in gratitude. Mukta, can you unmute yourself and show me your lovely face? Anyways, your money is mine because I do not see you here. Thank you, Ritu. You're such a dear friend. I'm so excited right now that my molecules are jumping with that gratitude of money. Yes, Mukta. पूछो जी, क्वेश्चन पूछो, अनम्यूट करके पूछो. पूछो.
How can I improve? How can I improve my memory?
How can you? Do you want to? Mukta, do you want to? Do you even desire it, truth?
Yes.
Then choose it.
Yes.
Then demand it from you. It's like, come whatsoever. World falls apart. I choose to remember everything. And ask every single molecule around you to contribute to it. Yeah? Make a
Okay.
choice. Nobody,
Thank you.
unless you're not making a, thank you so much for asking. And that is like, I'll unmute, sir. So it's actually when you are,
Aradhana?
yeah. What was that? Who was that?
Okay, that's Bhavna again.
Yeah, Bhav. So I'll just take you. So what I was saying
So
was,
right now the energy that
okay, go ahead now. It's gone. Go ahead.
sorry.
No, it's gone. It'll come back. Go.
The okay. The thought that I'm getting in my head right now is what is your take on the feeling of, again, I know feeling, oh there
Thank
I go
you.
again,
Thank you for being present.
Yeah, but
oh, I love it. देखा
Yeah,
लोगों को
yeah,
मैं प्रेजेंट
it's
कराती हूँ ना तो कितना मजा आता है क्वेश्चन पूछने में मुझे. I love it. The question only changes.
I
Wow.
know. Acha, but give me some insights on being possessive. No, I didn't say but. I said give me some insights on being possessive.
Okay, so what does being possessive means to you?
The feeling of the gratitude sometimes seems to go out of the window when you get overcome with possessiveness, right?
Okay.
So
it's not right, but yeah.
How do you stay okay? How do you stay in gratitude and not get overpowered by?
So what is possessiveness? What is possessiveness?
Possessiveness and
it's mine. So which means control, total control, and truth. Can you control anybody by being possessive? Are you gonna?
No.
So what is the underlying factor that you do not possess that person? When you are being possessive, have you already defined and concluded that you do not possess that person or thing? How potent are you that you are creating it? So only if you require to be possessive when you have already concluded that you do not have that person in your life or the thing in your life. So everything that brings up, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pop, or like and it's a very simple example. How to catch you is like when you just said that a feeling of possessiveness. So you already know when you're using the word feeling, it's a judgment in your world. It's not about like, I'm stopping you to use the words because that is actually becoming the energy. I'm making you present to your words. So when you're using to the word feelings in your head too, you're giving that story, you already know you're judging. So when you're already judging the feelings, so it's like there's a judgment. And what is a judgment here? What does being possessive mean? So this is like, that person is mine, this thing is mine, and I don't want anybody else to see it. I don't want anybody to take away from me, which means you have already separated from that person. Or the thing, and everything that brings up can destroy. Right and wrong, good and bad, what college of birth and nerves. And in truly would an infinite being actually required to possess anything or not possess? So this is the easiest, the simplest tool. Would a truly an infinite being choose it and be possessive about it? If not, then why would you be? What is it that is making you possess something? And the second is always remember is like what is the the opposite statement or the underlying factor to this whole statement. So now when you
what is the way, the mantra to always stay present?
Choose, choice, choice, choice. And it's like, I demand myself to be present. I demand, and every day, it's like, as I told you in other earlier calls also, keep a reminder to yourself, keep something in your front of you, maybe a beep of your phone, or maybe something you're wearing on your body that always reminds you to be present, like present ma'am, present ma'am. And it's okay when you're not present to not beat yourself for it. And also give up the definitions of what does being a present means to you.
Yeah.
When you do not beat yourself, and that is when the whole work of gratitude comes into action, that okay, okay, I did something wrong, but wrong up to who, according to who, and whatever I did in that situation, we think it did not create much. It created just the opposite. It created a ruckus. It created an uncomfortability for everybody around us. And it was a nuisance according to this reality. Yet at that time, not to beat yourself. It's like, kids playing in your house, and suddenly something very expensive while playing, kid hits and it goes down. And it breaks. How everybody panics, and how that little child takes that panic and holds that throughout their lives of that something went wrong. And that is when you do something, and you automatically pick up that anxiety and that panic of being ashamed of being judged. And what if yourself, you start being present with it, and it's okay to be judged. It's okay. It's one thing which is broken. It's just a thing that is broken. It's just a thing. I mean, too much to like, for me, even, it's like a body has left. I mean, a person has left the body is gone. It's okay. That person chose. So what is about a thing? I mean, that the underlying factor of that is, Jasmine, you'll have to mute yourself, darling. The underlying factor is that you cannot re-buy it. You cannot possess that again. Right? So if you be in gratitude at that point, okay, what's right about it? What else is possible here? And just do not panic. What can change and shift? Does that make it easier?
Thank you.
Thank you for the question, Bhavna. Smriti says, oh, that's Smriti. This side, sometimes it's hard to be in gratitude for some person and situations. What should we do at that moment? Secondly, can we pay gratitude with judgment? Yes, please. That's what I'm saying. Gratitude with judgment. Fake it till you make it, darling. And it's okay to acknowledge when in some personal situation that what we should do that moment. Secondly, hard. Okay, when you again the hard word you used, so it's like, darling, only one thing you like hard. Do not make other things hard. So what if you let go that and give up this point of view of being hard? What if that becomes an interesting point of view? Oh wow, that's an interesting point of view, that I am not willing to be in gratitude of this person. And again, I'm saying gratitude does not mean being the doormat. It's like, thank you, because you created that person in front of you to come and tell that thing to you. So what here that you will have to receive about you from that person, not making the person wrong and right. When you are not in panic, when you're not in anger, when you're not shutting down, you are into, that's when we have separate. I mean, there's a difference between the gratitude and word love. Love overpowers all your senses. It just overpowers, because so and so is my mother, so and so is my husband, so and so is my boyfriend, so and so is my best friend. So this person cannot do this to me. You have already concluded it. And you, even tomorrow they come and kill you, you would not come to them. And then you're like, shit. Where was I? I thought my mother can't do that. I thought my father can't do it. I thought my boyfriend can't do it. Or my husband could not do this to me. And that is when you give up your, and the gratitude makes it simpler that, okay, I am in gratitude of creating this whole situation in my life, creating this person in my life. What do I have to change and be here? Or what do I have to receive here? And if nothing remembers, if you do not remember anything, and that's when you actually start playing in your head, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, gratitude, gratitude, whatever the situation, गुस्सा आ रहा है, चिल्लाना आ रहा है, उसमें भी अपने मन में थैंक यू, थैंक यू, थैंक यू, गाली देके थैंक यू कर दो, BCMC करके भी थैंक यू कर दो. What, how does it get better? And it does changes. Play with it today, see yourself, be present with stuff. And if it still sounds difficult, pocket pot that whole difficulty there and keep choosing. I choose to have gratitude for any and everything today. What if you can actually play that for next 2-3 days, that every morning when you get up, I choose to be in gratitude of me. I choose to everything that come across to me today. And everything that is, can you destroy none, cannot, right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all the sugars and yours. Can you, what did she say?
Aradhana, can I ask one question?
Yeah, just give me a minute. I think Smriti just said something. Can you throw some light? That is our creation. Then why we are upset with our creation, and why would we create this which is disturbing us? There is no why. I wish. वैसे कब आ रहे हो? Smriti, when are you coming and joining my foundation, darling? You better be coming to Delhi now, fly, because another why I hear from you, I'm gonna cut your throat now. That really pushes me to tell you, come do the foundation now. बहुत हो गया, बहुत हो गया. There is no question.
No, seriously, that is in my bucket list too.
You better take a flight tomorrow and come. You spend your Holi with me.
No, foundation and CGPE.
Yes. I mean, every time you ask me why, I'm like, Smriti, don't do that. So there is no question called why. It's just a choice that you have created, and nobody wants to take that onus. And that is what really, really bugs people. And that's really what people takes people away from Access, and they start hating Access at the first go. Is because it is saying that you created it. Not everything is your creation in this life. If you stop fighting, why did I create it? You created because you could create it. And you had no other option, and you did not know how you were creating. You created from the unconsciousness of it. You did not have enough information at that point of time. Now, if you actually acknowledge, oh, I created it. Okay. Now, what can I do to uncreate it? And you know, for the longest while, I was like, but how did I create it? I totally get your space where you're asking this question from. And I kept asking, but maine kaise create kiya? Then I started actually looking. I said, okay, that's an interesting point of view. And I'm not willing to even say that, okay, I created it. I said, okay, I created it. I still would like to see how I created it. You never show me how I created it. What was the value of creating it? And that's when I actually started having my downloads. I started seeing things, and I started seeing others also coming from that space that, wow, see, right now this person is saying so and so. And then that person will later in the life ask, when did they create it? That is when we say, be present with whatever you say and be. Because we like, अरे वो तो मैंने मजाक में कहा था. Universe does not have any option. They're like, ये चाहिए, ये ले लो. It is that quick. You're that open. It's like a capacity of creation of just by saying it. That is like the moment you think in your head, you have already created that thing in the world somewhere. It is that quick. And everything that brings up, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, on the shabbat and yours. People are scared to turn off their videos now because you will make their money. Of course, I have already won, and I'm actually going to the screens which are off, and I'm like, okay, here, all the money to me, and I have it. It's not like from the space of actually I am. I'm having all of your money, and you have created in this call to let your money go to me. And how does it get any better now? How rich I am. Yes, Wilma. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, Aradhana, one thing that actually, caught my attention when you launched this call is the egoism of gratitude. And I totally get it that, so there are two very different energies that show up when you are actually in gratitude. Okay. One this is something that I have observed. It could be my interesting point of view. One is that, whoa, I created so much. Look at me. I'm such a phenomenal creator. I'm such an amazing, I'm such a champion and all. You get into that whole arrogance and that, I created this kind of a thing. And there is another, energy that sometimes shows up when you're doing gratitude that, like, oh, you know what, I probably don't deserve so much, but I have so much. I should not crib about anything. There is so much awesomeness that the universe is giving me. And, obviously, there is no question in both these energies. Like, one
Correct.
is I have created so much, and the second one is, I should be so grateful. And, मैं तो बहुत तुच्छ हूँ, फिर भी मेरे को इतना सब मिला है. That kind of
Interesting point of
what
view.
very, what we call humility in this
Yeah,
reality, I
that's
guess.
purely a
So,
judgment.
yeah. So could you just throw some light on what would the energy of being without the egoism and without the humility factor?
Yeah,
What would that energy be? I'm just being gratitude.
great question, darling. Thank you. Yes, that is what it is. It is not from the space that you cannot have as an infinite being. You can have any and everything. You don't have to be humble. Not from the space of being humble and not from the space of you created. And all at the same time, coming from that, yes, I did create it. And it's okay to say that I created it. Wow, what the hell, I created it. I'm amazing, I'm awesome. We have been so far been beaten for that. How dare? How can you be so egoistic? Are you willing to be the egoistic bitch you truly be? Yes, I did. And how many people's world get killed with that? Yes, I am bitch. Yes, I did create. Yeah, ego hai, haan hai yaar, kya karna kya hai? Hey. But when we are saying that, deep down we are scared. कि दिमाग तो नहीं चढ़ गया, कहीं हम आसमान में
Yes.
तो नहीं चढ़ रहे. But yet at that time, in those 10 seconds, you do have. What if it is okay? Are you willing to do that? Did you not enjoy that? The joy of like, yes, I created it. Which is, and that is so true. That is when it makes you go so high. Would you need any drug to get you high if you actually acknowledge this? Wow, I could create this. Right? Even if I'm saying it, my whole body is like bubbling. And everything that is, can you destroy and get or right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all these are the two polarities we are stuck in. So if we give up both the polarities of Zada, Kam, and wherever you're using the shoulds, becauses, I'm creating because, I should or should not, is already a judgment. Throw it off. And be willing to be the energy of everything. That is the elements of all 5 elements of being with you, yourself and ego. Ego is not always wrong. Everywhere you judged ego to wrongness can also be destroyed and get off. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all what gems are under ego? If ego is not what ego is, what you define ego as, then how can you receive from ego? And everything that brings up, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all under the name of ego, how much of you have you all given up? And the funniest is you still have the ego underneath, under the layers, because you're not allowed to have. Everything that is, can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all it's like somebody really acknowledging you. Yeah? Say, go ahead.
Because 5 years I went to this spiritual organization where my Guruji used to say कि तुम तो हो ही नहीं, तुम्हारी body तो कुछ है ही नहीं. It's just a soul.
Guruji,
And
so Aradhana Ma's here, darling. Your body's awesome.
I used to so I used to judge myself so much for getting into that ego mode also, that मेरे को, I, like you said, सर नहीं चढ़ गया है. And like somewhere I had brought this point of view that every time मैं बहुत ज्यादा हवा में उड़ने लगती हूँ, सब कुछ ना कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाती है. So I'll poke and point that. Thank you so much.
That point of view. Thank you for asking. This is a great question. Yeah. So Shreya says, my friend got scared and left the call. Who left the call? Who got scared? Scared of me? I mean, wow, I love it. Rahul says, you will forever be bubbling. Yeah, that's so true. Awesome. I would be, actually. I love to bubble. Everything that is, can you destroy and get all right and down good and bad pot talk all buzz in the answer. Yes. So is that gives you clarity, guys? Any more questions around the same question what Vilma just asked me? Did you have a clarity of the gratitude? Are you willing to be that energy of gratitude in your life? And are you willing to have the ego and no ego at the same time? And everything that is bringing up can be destroyed and get all right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, buzz in your. So guys, I guess if you have any other questions, because we have 4 minutes left, and today's home play would be actually be in gratitude and let be present with what gratitude means to you. And whenever you get into those moments, what actually is showing up underneath that gratitude. Be present with your stuff to see hotness. Atka, I love you. To see hotness, Maho. Thank you. Yes, I'm the hotness, Ma. I'm not the Aradhana, Ma. I love you guys for giving me such names. And how does it get any better?
Radhana,
Gratitude. Yes, Rohini, darling.
Today I'm in that state of, what you mentioned in the first time when you got onto that call and they said, and you were like bubbling with anger that, how can you be in gratitude of everything?
Correct.
So I'm just in that space today and have been in this state for the past few days.
So is it yours?
I mean, I can fake it, but
or are you what?
It's actually.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
It's actually whose?
No, I lost my train of thought.
Whose is it?
The issue.
Yeah.
Issue or
issue? Whose issue is that?
It's a situation. It's a situation.
So you bought it for what reason? Was it very inexpensive?
So no, it is turning out to be very expensive. I mean, just look at me. I'm like,
send it back,
what is this whole thing of being?
So what is okay, let's be here. Let's put the barriers. Thank you for being vulnerable. So let's put the barriers down. Can just flow. It's okay. What if you don't have to panic? What if you don't have anger? Okay, I'm angry. And this, can we put the barriers down now? And just expand with this energy. Expand this anger, angst, and all the panic and the irritation in your world. Expand it. And more and more and more and more and more and more. Till it blasts in the universe.
Okay.
It's okay. You can keep holding the wrongness. I can sense that wrongness. No, but this is wrong. It's okay. But can you expand that also? Now,
yes, I think that will be my home play for today.
Yeah. And now this wrongness, who does it belong to? And what under this are you unwilling to receive? About that person or that situation? What is the situation gifting you now? If you take out your judgment of the wrongness and the rightness of it and acknowledge, oh, wow. So how much lies and how much irritation of others are you aware of here that you're making and holding into yours? And then because you have nobody to acknowledge that truth with you, because you do not have a backup for other people to see that this is the truth and I want to show the truth of it, the situation. So you're like, it's only my world knows. But are you willing to be okay by your truth? What if nobody comes to know about the truth, but do you know the truth? Are you okay to have your back? That?
Yes. Yes.
And now if you do not have to tell the world what the truth is, not my monkey, not my story. And are you willing to take all the judgments? Are you willing to make money? Otherwise, you can root them here to my side. I can take them. I love money. Everything that brings us, can you destroy and get well? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pork, on.
Yes.
So does that lighten up a bit?
Yes, it did lighten up a bit.
Yeah. So keep dropping, keep asking, and not making this whole situation issue wrong. and looking for a gift in it. Thank you, gratitude. गुस्सा आ रहा है कोई बात नहीं. Wrongness है मैं सही हूँ. Perfect तुम सही हो. हम तो कह ही नहीं रहे कोई और सही है. You are right. Keep fighting for the rightness of it. And what will happen if you do not have to fight for the rightness of it? And what if everybody else is correct?
Yeah, you know, that's what exactly, you know, you just put it in words that the person that I'm dealing with here always thinks that, you know, she is right.
Yeah.
And and I feel like a doormat, because obviously if you're right, then I have to adjust to your rightness to maintain a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And
are you willing to
so that's what I feel like. You feel,
I know I can take it out from you. I did take it out from you. It's like yeah, okay, you're right. It's just okay to be right. And other person's rightness and wrongness does not make you wrong. You're already concluding that the other person is right, which does not make you wrong and right. So what?
No, I've not concluded. It's been said at my face that
yes,
you know,
it's said out on your face because you deep down in your world are judging you as a wrongness. That did I do something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Did I, whatever you said, what if it is not wrong and right, and whatever you did was not wrong and right? Can you be in gratitude of you? Even you said bitch to her on the face. How about that? How does that matter? You did. And what if you can have your back? Yeah, I felt like she's a bitch. She's a bitch. Are you willing to say that judgment? Are you willing to lose the relationship? How much is that relationship really fucking making a lot of money? Are you not willing to lose that money? Everything that is can you destroy and get or very right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, online, sure, it's like, what are you taking that shit for? What is the insecurity?
When I don't take that shit, Radhana, when I don't, no, it's when I don't take that shit, then it's just this weird situation that it turns into. And for the past few days, it's giving me so much anxiety and stress.
So really, there are n number of conclusions in your world. N number of conclusions in your world. This is like a long, this thing. Yet I would keep saying, keep asking for a clarity and be in gratitude of the whole situation. What is it gifting you? And keep sending that gratitude, flowing that gratitude, that person. I'm not here saying to you to get to the situation of being sorry or being, you know, stop making yourself wrong, stop making other person wrong, stop making situation wrong. What can you receive from this? What gratitude can you be to the situation? Okay. What is it gifting you that you're unwilling to receive? Not take off the conclusion of the wrongness and every time I did that, every time that person did that. If you give up and drop up all the stories today, then what can you change and be? What are you unwilling to change? What conclusions do you have of you already? Like you're not acknowledging. Right and wrong, good and bad, pot, pock, all shabas and yours. Another one in my foundation, please.
Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. I'm like marking anybody. Gone, you know. You and Smriti have to be in one class. How much more fun can you have?
Thank you.
Awesome. So how can
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So one question, how soon can you be in Bangalore for foundation? Whenever you create the class, Rahul. Create it, I'll be there. I'm anyways coming for Talk to Entities. It's created already. All right, I'm there in Bangalore. I'm coming for Talk to Entities anyways. And what else is possible? What else can show up? Okay, guys. Love you all loads and loads and loads. Keep sending your gratitude to everything, anything that you're going through. Keep expanding that energy. Have sex with every anger, with every angst, with every upset you have today in your life, which you have created. And everything that brought up to your heads can you destroy and get all right and wrong, good and bad, part, all and beyond. So truth, what sex, fun, joy can I have with all the anger, upset, intrigue in my life today? And everything and anything that doesn't allow you to perceive, receive, know, be, that can you destroy and get all. Right and wrong, good and bad, part, all and beyond. Keep playing. We'll see you tomorrow. Come up with your questions. And let's see how the day goes with the gratitude. All my sexy ammas, all my sexy boyfriends, love you all. Bye.
Bye. Love you. Thank
Love you.
you.
Bye bye.